The alarm clock cut through the silence at 6 a.m. Mark sat up, the bed sheets falling away. He did not reach for his phone. Instead, he moved to the mirror. A single yellow note was stuck to the glass. "I am worthy of the body I desire." He stared at the words until the ink seemed to vibrate. He took a long, measured breath, held it, and let it out slowly. He spoke the phrase aloud, once, twice, 3 times. The sound of his own voice filled the room, steady and firm. He turned away from the mirror and walked to the center of the floor. He unrolled his yoga mat, the rubber gripping the floor with a soft thud. He sat down, legs crossed, and closed his eyes. He did not just think about his goals. He placed himself inside them. He visualized the weight shifting, the energy returning. He sat in the quiet, holding the image of his future self until it felt as real as the air in the room. He was no longer waiting for change. He was creating it. By midday, the office air felt heavy. Emails piled up, and the familiar, sharp itch of stress began to crawl up his spine. His hand moved toward the desk drawer, fingers brushing the cold plastic of a candy wrapper. This was the old loop, the automatic response to pressure. He stopped. His fingers hovered, then pulled back. He did not open the drawer. Instead, he reached for his headphones and slid them over his ears. A low, rhythmic ambient track began to pulse, drowning out the hum of the office lights. He leaned back in his chair and closed his eyes. He began to repeat his affirmations, not as a prayer, but as a command to his own nervous system. I am in control. I am fueling my future. He felt the tightness in his chest begin to loosen. The craving for the sugar faded, replaced by the steady, grounding beat of the music. He opened his eyes, looked at the screen, and started typing. He had successfully bypassed the impulse, choosing his own frequency. The commute home was the danger zone. This was the time when his mind usually drifted back to the old, comfortable patterns of fatigue and indulgence. As he walked toward his door, a sudden, sharp thought cut through his focus. Just one night off won't hurt. It was a whisper from his past, a ghost of his old conditioning trying to reclaim the driver's seat. Mark stopped on the porch. He felt the familiar pull of the old loop, a physical heaviness in his limbs that demanded surrender. He recognized the pressure for what it was, a system error. His subconscious was fighting the update. He stood still, hands balled into fists, feeling the friction of the old identity scraping against the new one he was building. It was uncomfortable. It was loud. It was a test. He forced himself to breathe, deep and slow, until the urge to slip back into the old rhythm lost its momentum. He turned the key in the lock, stepped inside, and closed the door. He was not just entering a house. He was stepping into a new reality. The bedroom was dark, save for the soft glow of his phone. Mark dimmed the lights until the room dissolved into shadows. He lay down, the mattress supporting his weight as he pressed play on the deep focus audio track. A low, resonant hum filled the space. He closed his eyes. The voice on the track began to speak, weaving words of abundance and self-worth into the silence. At first, his mind flickered with doubt, a remnant of the old self questioning the process. He exhaled, letting the breath carry the resistance away. The affirmations hit him like a steady tide. You are worthy. You are changing. You are the architect. He felt his jaw unclench. The tightness in his shoulders, held since morning, melted into the sheets. The words bypassed his conscious logic, sinking deep into the architecture of his mind. He felt a sudden, sharp shift, like a heavy gear finally clicking into place. The old identity began to dissolve. It was being overwritten in real time. He was not merely listening. He was absorbing a new blueprint. The internal noise stopped. The breakthrough was complete. He was no longer fighting the loop. The room remained silent. Mark lay perfectly still, his breathing rhythmic and deep. A wave of gratitude washed over him, not as a fleeting thought, but as a solid, grounded truth. He felt the shift in his own frequency, a quiet hum of alignment. that resonated through his entire being. The struggle had vanished, replaced by a clear, unshakable certainty. He knew his mind was now his greatest ally, working silently to manifest the life he had claimed. He was no longer building a dream. He was living the foundation of it. Every muscle in his body relaxed into the mattress, heavy and at peace. He closed his eyes, fully present, letting the last remnants of doubt fade into the dark. He was ready. He was worthy. He was home. He drifted into sleep, knowing that the new life he had designed would be waiting for him. The loop was broken. The future had arrived.